Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal and welcome to another Plan With Me video using my Passion Planner. I'm going to be setting up the month of May, and I've mentioned this before. I use my monthly calendar to keep up with my project life. It really helps to look back and see photos and things like that, where I basically can just look through it and just document what I need in my project life. Now, I always cover that left column. I don't use it. I would rather stamp out the week numbers just because, like I said earlier, I use this to help me with my project life. And I love these double-digit numbers from Carrie Bradford. They're adorable. They fit perfectly. So I literally cover up the column with some craft paper. This is sticker craft paper from Stationery Pal. And I'm going to stamp the numbers in a column, and then I'm going to color them in so I can see them and they can kind of stand out. So I basically just use some gray marker for this, and then I just add a little something to it, some shadowing. Also, I add a border to my craft paper, and I use the bottom portion of my calendar to document what I read that month. I like to keep my passion planner pretty simple, pretty basic. I like to have things stand out, like if there's a graduation or a birthday or something like that, I'll definitely use my stamps for that. But I like to use this to keep up with my home, my kids, my plans, work, and also YouTube and Instagram and all that good stuff. As a content creator, I just need to keep up with that stuff. Now, I also like to keep up with my reading challenge. I've mentioned this before. I do reading every day challenge or reading every night. And so I use that top portion of my weeks to keep up with that. So this month I went with a different stamp, and I stamped challenge completed. And I thought that was cute. It worked really well with my challenge. And every time I read once a day, I will color that in. That way I know that I read that day. Like I said earlier, I love using my stamps, and I'm going to be using this stamp to keep up with my currentlies. Again, my passion planner holds all the stuff, and I like to keep up with my currentlies. So I always stamp a book because I love reading. I always stamp a TV set because I love watching TV and all my favorite shows. And I also stamp out a little mailbox. That's where I keep up with things I ordered, things that are shipping to me, and kind of once I get whatever I ordered, I can tick it off and keep up with that. So basically, I use the Passion Planner to work for me, not the other way around. Even though that section says personal to-do list, I don't need that. I'd rather keep up with my currentlies. So I forgot to cover up those black bars. I tend to use either washi tape or just color them in with black marker to cover it up. I also use that bottom section of my weeks to keep up with my content on YouTube. I want to make sure that my videos go up on time. So I just use this fun little stamp from Everyday Explorers to stamp the camera, or, just kind of represent my YouTube channel. And I will go back in and kind of fill out what video goes on what day. Anyways, I am moving on. I'm going to use this stamp set from Everyday Explorers. Everyday Explorers has really good motivational stamps, like think big, be brave, just great words that fit into these boxes that says this week's focus. And I love these words. It's a fun way to fill out that box. And, I don't have the best handwriting, so my stamps are my go-to thing to use when filling out boxes like this. So I just go back and forth from one stamp set to the other just to add a little something in that box. There is also a graduation on the 13th. My nephew is graduating UGA, which is pretty awesome and exciting. So I'm using a lot of back to school and graduation stamps because there's a lot of things going on in May. My son is moving out from UGA. my nephew's graduating. My daughter finishes junior year of high school. There's so many finals, AP tests, all that good stuff. So I tend to use a lot of school related stamp sets to document these moments. And a lot of times I will build up my stamps. If the stamp is too long and it doesn't fit into my columns, I will stamp one word, stamp it out, and then ink up the second word and stamp it out so it can all fit into my columns. So don't feel like you can't use a stamp because it's too long. Just, break it down a little bit and make it fit into your columns. I also want to document that it's Eid. We celebrated Eid a couple of days ago and it was amazing. So I wanted to add a little bit of Eid stamping in there. And also in May, it's my daughter's junior prom. So I wanted that to kind of stand out. So I'm using some clear alpha stickers. They are beautiful. They're from Studio Calico. And I'm just going to spell out prom. That way, it just stands out in my head and I remember it's prom week, basically. I also want to do the same for our craft party. If you are a member of my Peaches here on YouTube, we are going to have an all-day craft party on the 21st. So I want to remember that. And I'm using the alphas, but in navy blue. I didn't have enough Ys, so I just trimmed down my X so it can fit in and it can create a Y for me. I do this all the time. Basically, I always run out of certain letters and I try to figure out a way to trim out the letters that I have to create the letter that I'm missing. This is where I'm going to go. Well, let me say this. I flip flop. I go from one week to the other. If I remember that I have a stamp that, like here, I have a peach stamp. It represents my peaches. So I grab the stamp, go back to that week, stamp out the peach, fill it out, make it all cutesy. And it's a nice little add-on and it adds color to my spread, but it's not overwhelming. I'm not a big fan of the big stickers and the big box stickers on my planner. I feel like my planner needs to be functional, but also cute, if that makes sense. Now I'm just going back and forth from one stamp set to the other to kind of represent certain days. So obviously the weekend stamp, I can stamp it on the weekend. I can even come back in and add some stickers if I wanted to, make it even cuter. The kids will be done with school and college and all that good stuff by the end of the month. So I know we're going to go to the pool. So I grabbed a pool stamp and stamped that out. So wherever I feel like a stamp would fit into that day or that week, I'm going to use it. And I can always come back in and color it in and add some color to my spread. And again, because I know it's going to be summer and the kids are back home and out of school, I went ahead and stamped a flamingo. And here comes the sun. I'm going to color everything in. I'm just going to grab my Tombow markers, add some color to my stamps. I even highlight words to bring in some color. Basically, there's no method to my madness. I just basically stamp where I feel like it's needed. If I want something to stand out, like my nephew's graduation, I stamped a cap and gown, I think. And then like for summer, I'll stamp pool stamps. So basically, I'm just trying to keep this functional, but also add a little bit of stamping and cuteness to my spreads. I also forgot to mention that in that column on the left side hand of each week, I do draw out little boxes to represent social media. I like to keep up with my growth and my subscribers and followers on social media. As a content creator, you do need to keep up with that stuff. So I do use that column for that. And basically, I just use a little stencil to create my boxes and just draw in YouTube, Instagram, and my Reading with Hiba Instagram handle. Anyways, I want to bring in more color using my washi tape. So I go back and forth between my washi tapes just to add a little something to my spread. And then I'm going to grab my sticker books and add some stickers to my layouts. Again, there's no method to my madness. I just go with it. If I find a sticker that fits in, I'm going to use it. If that sticker adds some cuteness, I'm going to use it. I love Passion Planners sticker books, and I also use my own stickers, which are like digitals that I print out on sticker paper, and I bring those in as well. Once I'm done adding my stickers, I'm going to move to the back of my planner. The Passion Planner has a bunch of blank papers in the back of the planner, and I use those blank pages to document a bunch of stuff: reading, budgeting, social media, and I like to use it also to create like little mini memory planning pages back there. So I use these printables from Brandy Kincaid. I love these printables. I've had them for years and barely used them. And then I rediscovered them when I was cleaning out my computer and found these. I was like, I should use them in my Passion Planner. So basically, that's what I'm doing. I have shared January and February spreads on Instagram, but this is March and April because I wasn't able to get to March. So I decided to share with you how I set it up. But basically, each little box represents something. So what I wore, what I bought, what I heard, what I read. And some of them I fill out with photos and some I fill out with stamping or stickers. So I just like to mix it up a little bit. These photos I printed using my Ivy printer. I've shared my Ivy printer with you guys multiple times. It is perfect for planners, and I print 4 photos on one sheet, and then I just stick down my photos, use my stamps and stickers to fill out the rest of the boxes. So like for what I wore, I didn't have a photo of what I wore that day, so I stamped it out. What I read, I used some stickers, and I'll go back in and fill out my favorite book for the month. And basically that's what I do for each box. It's either a photo, sticker, or stamp. And I love how it turns out. I always grab my markers afterwards and color these in. And these have become some of my favorite pages in my Passion Planner. I think I'm going to be doing this every single year. It's a great way to document all the things in one place. If you aren't a scrapbooker and you want to keep up with special moments, or you want to keep up with your currentlies, these printables are perfect for you. She does have different versions, so you can choose one and go with it. But anyways, I'm almost done. I'm just going to color in a few things and then just share with you a quick flip through, and then we can call May in my Passion Planner all set up and done. Don't forget, I'm going to be adding all the links for everything I use down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching my Plan With Me video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.